A very good morning to the students of class 9, and in fact it's a long time that we have met again through the Google Classroom, and of course I hope that you all are doing well. And in the last class, in the last video which was being uploaded to you all was about the atoms and molecules, about the chapter means atoms and molecules, the third chapter of chemistry, where I actually told you all or explained to you all about how to write the chemical formula of the different compounds. So I hope the concept of writing the chemical formula of the compounds or substances is clear to you all, because most of you all have written in your half yearly exam also. So now we will be studying about a new topic from the same chapter, that is atoms and molecules, that is molecular mass and mole concept. And in fact, please remember that this molecular concept and molecular mass and mole concept is very important for you all, because of one thing is that you will also get it in your higher classes. Now, what does molecular mass means? Actually, molecular, if you have to define the molecular mass of a substance, it is actually the sum of the atomic masses of all the atoms that make up the molecule or the substance, right? Suppose I am talking about, and in fact this is also the relative mass of the molecules, which is expressed in atomic mass unit. Now suppose if I have to give you an example, in fact I have already told you about the mass of the substances, the atomic mass unit. Like suppose if you have to like what the different what is the mass of hydrogen, it is 1. The mass of atomic mass of oxygen, it is 60. Then chlorine, it is 35.5. So it goes on like this. So if you have to calculate the molecular mass of any substance, how are you going to calculate? Like suppose I am talking about water. You know that the formula of water is H2O, right? So how will you find the molecular mass? In fact, it is the relative mass. As I told you, it is also the relative mass of all the mass of an atom and mass of molecule, which is expressed in atomic mass unit. So you know that for hydrogen it is 1, but for water there are two atoms of hydrogen and 1 atom of oxygen. That is why if you have to find out the molecular mass, then what you will have to do, there are 2 atoms of hydrogen, so you have to write 2 into what is the atomic mass of hydrogen. It is 1. Actually it is 1.000A, but since 0.008 for the calculation part it becomes difficult. That is why we generally take it as 1 AMU, that is atomic mass unit. So as we round it off to 1, that is why, since there are 2 atoms of hydrogen, that is why it will be 2 into 1, because there are 2 atoms of hydrogen and 1 is the atomic mass unit. And for oxygen, there is 1 atom of oxygen and the atomic mass is 16, right? So that gives you 2 plus 16, that will give you 18 AMU. So the molecular mass of water is, actually we write it as now unified unit, that is 18U. We do not write as AMU. It has been through IUPAC, it has been modified to U. So what happens here is that when you are finding the molecular mass of water, that means you have to in fact multiply 2 into 1. I am repeating it just to clear up your concept. 2 into 1, because why 2? Because there are 2 atoms of hydrogen, and why 1? Because the atomic mass of hydrogen is 1. Now here oxygen, since there are 1 atom of oxygen, so we need not multiply with anything, and we just write 16, because 16 is the atomic mass of oxygen. So 2 into 1 gives you 2 plus 16. So that is equal to 18U. Now another example which I can give you is nitric acid. You know that the formula of nitric acid is HNO3, and here what happens that here how many atoms of hydrogen are there? It is 1. How many atoms of nitrogen are hydrogen is in nitric acid? Number of atoms that is present in nitric acid is 1. Number of atoms that is present in nitrogen present in nitric acid is 1, and number of oxygen which is present in oxygen is 3 because HNO3. That means there are 3 atoms of oxygen. Now here you see that for hydrogen it will be 1 plus nitrogen it is 14 plus 3 into 16, right? Because the atomic number of nitrogen is oxygen is 1, atomic atomic mass of nitrogen is 14, and since there are 3 atoms of oxygen, that is why 3 into atomic mass of oxygen is 16. So that gives you 1 plus 40 plus 48, right? Because 3 into 16 is 48. So that will give you how much? 8 plus 4 is 12 and 1 is 13, and then 4 plus 1 is 5 and 63 U, right? So that means for nitric acid it is 63 atomic mass. Another example which you can take is suppose ammonia, right? So here it is the formula for ammonia, and for that please remember that you will have to know the composition of those the molecule or means the compound which is being made or the substance which makes up that compound, right? The atoms which makes up that compound. You have to know the formula of that substance if you are to find out the molecular mass of that, because you, like suppose I give you I tell you to find out the molecular mass of what? Ammonia, then you have to know the formula of ammonia. So you have to know that the formula of ammonia is NH3. So how many atoms of nitrogen are there? 1. How many atoms of hydrogen are there? 3. So 1 into, or we do not, because it is 1. So you know that for nitrogen the molecular atomic mass is 14, and here since there are 3 atoms of hydrogen, so 3 into 1, that will give you 14 plus 3. So that is equal to 17U. So I hope that I am clear with you. You all are clear with how to find out the molecular mass of a substance, of a compound, right? So next we come to the formula unit mass, and the formula unit mass of a substance is the sum of the atomic mass of the atoms of all the atoms in a. The difference is for molecular mass in all the atoms of a substance, right? And here it is in the formula unit of a compound. So it is the same way of calculating the formula unit mass. Formula unit mass, here it is the sum of all the atomic mass of all the atoms which makes up the one formula unit of a compound, right? So here that means the procedure for finding out the formula unit mass is the same as you have calculated the molecular mass unit, right? So like suppose you have to find out the formula unit mass for ammonia, it will be the same. That means 14 is the atomic mass into 3 into 1, that is equal to 17 formula unit mass. So I hope I have made clear with you all. You all are clear with the concept of molecular mass and formula unit mass. So Next class we will be discussing about the formula of the mole concept, and that topic is a very important topic for you all. So we will continue our discussion. Till that time, have a good day ahead.